Om Sai Ram. This trek was organized by the TrekFreak trekking group. I'm going to leave their contact information in the description itself. I boarded the bus organized by them at the Bhado Pumpe, by which we traveled to the base village of Samrat. We reached Samrat well before the sunrise the next day, where we were immediately greeted by a few puppies whom we then fed some biscuits. Whenever trekking, try to carry some biscuits or dog food with you for the stray animals on the way. The sun had started to rise from behind Ratangad while we had our breakfast.
Hello guys, Om Sai Ram. My name is Yadnesh and right now I am with Shivam and we are at the base village of Ratangad. So in this video we are going to explore the Trail of Ratangad.
After a short briefing by the lead volunteers and the native guide, we begin our trek. The Ratangad Fort is located in the Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra, India, overlooking the locale of Bhandardara. The fort is located in the Kalsubai and Harishchandra Aparat. The fort has two base villages of Samrat and Ratanwad. Today we begin our trek from the Samrat village. The ancient Hemadpanthi temple of Amruteshwar is also located in the vicinity of Ratangad. If you were to be trekking from the base village of Ratnabadi, you will be able to seek the darshan of the Amruteshwar temple. The distance between Samrat and the point to where you actually start climbing the fort is quite a bit. It may take around 20 to 30 minutes to reach them. After crossing numerous rice fields, farming canals and few woods, we finally reached to the point where we actually started climbing Ratan. The trail from here led us to a dense forest, which provided us with some shade. This made the start of the trek very pleasant and easy. The trail had some rocky and steep patches in a few places, but not enough to make it difficult. Moreover, most of the trail would be covered by trees and long bushes almost all the time, thus making it relatively easier to climb. As we neared Ratangad after trekking for almost half an hour, we could now see the sun rising from behind the pinnacle of Ratangad. This pinnacle of Ratangad is also known as Kutha in Marathi. Ratangad Fort is one of the most treasured forts of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who on his quest of Hindavi Swarajya conquered it from the Mughals. Down below the gorges on our right hand side, we could see the Bansulka. At various places, metal railings and stairs are installed to help making the trail easier. Also, there were a few crabs on the trail, so we were watching our step for them. The Ratangad Fort is believed to be 200 decades old. Kalsubai, Ratnabai and Katrabai were the three sisters who resided in the three mountains, and that is why these three mountains are named after those three sisters. To the east of the Ratangad Fort, we could see the lake of Bhandardara. The trail that traverses around the mountain until it reaches to the base of the stairs leading to the Trimbak Darwaza.
So we have been trekking for almost more than 1 hour and we are maybe a little bit closer to the peak.
After resting for some time near the base of the stairs, we then started climbing the stairs. These stairs are built by carving out the stone surface of the mountain. Over the period of time, some parts of the stairs have collapsed. After climbing the rock-cut stairs, we reached the Trimbak Darwaza. The outer door of the Trimbak Darwaza is decorated with the help of stone carving. After entering through the outer door, there is a room just on the right-hand side, carved deep into the mountain. Just like the outer door, the inner door too was beautified by decorating it with the help of stone carving. We were truly astonished by the fact of how the entire enormous Trimbak Darwaza, from the doors to the decorations around the doors to the bastions to the wall connecting the inner door and the outer door, is built by stone carving a single rock on the face of the mountain. Moreover, just like many other Maratha forts, the Trimbak Darwaza of Ratangad is of the Gomukhi Rachna. In this, the actual door of the fort is built 90 degrees or more inwards to the wall of the fort, and another wall connects the bastion of this door to the bastion of the wall of the fort. If seen from the top, this is how a normal fort door would look like, and it could be easily hit with the help of a cannon. But for the doors with the Gomukhi Akar or Rachna, not only is this door invisible to the enemies outside, but whichever angle they might shoot their cannon from, they cannot hit the door. The cannonball will most probably hit the wall running from the inner bastion to the outer one. The enemy soldiers might also try to break the door by ramming it using a wooden lock. But the Gomukhi doors, when built, are designed in such a way that very little space is available in front of them. The path running between the inner door and the outer door is designed to be very narrow, and sometimes, like the Trimbak Darwaza, the path consists of strategically placed stairs. All of this is done to make sure that the enemy soldiers trying to ram the door would be left with a very little and narrow space, thus not allowing them to run enough to create the momentum required for ramming the door. The steep stairs would also make sure that the process is tiring and thus harder. The same would apply if the enemy used an elephant to ram the door. Also, as the enemy soldiers near the door to try ramming it, they would be completely surrounded by the fort's walls and bastions. The Maratha soldiers manning these fortifications would hit the soldiers with arrows and bullets using the khubniyas, which are the holes in the fortification. The concept of Gomukhi Rachna was put forward by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and was brought into life by Hindavi Swarajya's chief architect Hiroji Indulkar. After climbing this last set of rocket stairs, we reached inside Ratangad, where we were greeted with a slush of flowers. The Maharishi Agastya, who was a revered Indian sage, meditated at Ratangad and performed penance. As a result, 2 drops of Amrut were dropped on Ratangad. Since then, there is a continuous flow of water from Ratangad Fort, which has resulted in the origin of river Pravara. This is the reason why the river is also called Amrut Vahini. After resting here for some time, we refreshed ourselves with the help of some lemon juice. The Alang Malang Kulang and Kalsubai mountain ranges were clearly visible from here, far behind the Kutta. Also on the right is the Bhandardara lake. We then headed towards the Ned. The word Ned in Marathi would mean the eye of a needle. The Ned of Ratangad is a naturally formed hollow cavity in its peak, which looks like an eye of a needle when looked at from a distance. When I got to the Ned, many trekkers were resting under its shade. On the other side of the Ned, near the peak of the fort, we did found some dogs. A narrow trail from here then led us to the top of the Ned, which is the peak of Ratangad. Many trekkers had lined up to have a picture with the Maratha saffron flag at the peak. Later, we climbed down the same way back to the Ned. On On this side of the lid, after climbing down a steep path while holding ourselves to the railings, we began to encircle the entire fort. Just like many other Maratha forts, on Ratangad too, we came across many artificial water storage tanks, which have been built by stone carving the surface of the mountain. To our surprise, one of the water tank was completely empty, given that we had come here a few weeks after the monsoon season. This tank had a tunnel-like entry at its base. After thinking about it, we entered the tunnel, which led us to a room, which had two such tunnel-like entries. One of the door led us to a water tank and the other door led us to a room. Continuing from there, we came across many other water tanks. Further on the trail, we came across a cluster of water tanks, which was designed in such a way that the tanks would be filled one after the another. On our way, we came across various relics of Ratangad Fort, like the fortification walls which were partially collapsed. The trail then led us to the Konkan Darwaza of the Ratangad Fort. The Konkan Darwaza faces to the Konkan region, that is to the west of the fort. Perhaps that is why the Darwaza is named the Konkan Darwaza. Like the Trimbak Darwaza, the Konkan Darwaza is two of the Gomukhi Rachna. Some people also refer to the Konkan Darwaza as the Kalyan Darwaza. The entry of the Kalyan Darwaza is partially blocked by rubble, which once used to be the part of its structure. Unfortunately today, the Konkan Darwaza is partially destroyed and is in a restrictive state. In the year 1818, the British destroyed the paths and doors of many Maratha forts using mines and cannons in order to make these forts inaccessible so as to avoid any kind of resistance. The ancient trail of Barapairi leads to the Konkan Darwaza. Unlike the route that we followed up to get to the Ratangad Fort, the Barapairi route is more difficult as it is very rarely used and it is very easy to lose its trail. We then reached the other end of the Ratangad Fort, where we came across the bastion tower of Rani Chahudda. The Rani Chahudda is a bastion tower which is slightly separated from the hilltop of the Ratangad Fort. Before exploring it from the inside, we first explored the water tank just further below. The cluster of water tanks here had their fresh water source just beside them. Many of the trekkers were filling their water bottles from them. The scenic Chhatrapati mountain ranges can be seen from this end of the Ratangad Fort. On the left of the Rani Chahudda is the Hanuman Darwaza. Ganpati Bappa and Sankat Mochan Shri Hanuman have blessed the Ganesh Darwaza and the Hanuman Darwaza of the Ratangad Fort with their beautiful idols on both sides of the gate. At the Hanuman Darwaza, Ganpati Bappa blesses us with his Riddhi Siddhi Gandrai idol. The trails leading up to the Hanuman Darwaza and the Ganesh Darwaza once consisted of rock-cut stairs. But in the year of 1818, British destroyed them with the help of landmines and bombarding them with the help of cannons. Some remnants of these rock-cut stairs could be still found on these trails. Today, however, long and ladders are installed on top of these destroyed trails so as to make the trek safer. Later, we visited the ancient semicircular rock-cut water system. Stone carved on the edge of the mountain in a semicircular way, this was unlike any other water storage tanks I have seen before on many other forts. Later, we went back to the Rani Chahudda. Climbing the outer stairs, we went inside the bastion tower, where a dog was resting. The surrounding region, including the majestic and scenic Chhatrapati mountain ranges, can be easily looked upon from the Rani Chahudda. A water storage tank is built just beside the Rani Chahudda bastion tower. Soon we reached to the origin of the river Pravara on the trail. The river is also known as the Amrut Vahini. The goddess Ratnabai is the Kul Devata of Ratangad Fort. One can seek her blessings and darshan from the temple dedicated to her on the Ratangad Fort. After encircling around the fort, we came back near the Trimbak Darwaza. After praying to the Ratangad Fort that we could visit it soon again, we began to descend the fort. On our way back, the trail split in two. One trail led to the Ratanwadi village, while another one led to the Samrat village. One might easily get lost or lose their way if not careful. We reached back to the Samrat village around 1 pm. After reaching back to the base village of Samrat, we spent some time at the nearby lake, which is known as the Bhandardara backwaters. Later, we had the darshan of Sankat Mochan Sri Hanuman and God Shiva at the village temple. We were actually surprised by the number of dogs in the village. After having some lunch at the base village, we then spent some time resting, and I made some failed attempts to pet the cats of the village. Saying goodbyes to this Amrut village and the Ratangad Fort, we boarded our bus and travelled back safely to our homes. Om Sai Ram, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you liked it as well. So as I've told you earlier, this trek was organized by the TrekFreak trekking group. I'm going to leave their contact information in the description itself. So before this trek to Ratangad, I've been to the Kalsubai Peak, the Harishchandragad and the Hariyargad with them. The experiences have been really good, pleasant and extremely safe. So if you want to share a similar kind of experience, make sure to contact them. Thank you Shivam for helping me making this video. I'm going to leave my friend's Instagram ID in the description. Make sure to check that out as well. Thank you again for watching this video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, see you guys again soon, very soon. Om Sai Ram.